First and foremost, can I check if everyone can hear me? Yes. Okay, great. Now, Sean's introduction to me, honestly, has gotten me feeling a bit embarrassed because when I came to Toastmasters, I came for one reason, a very selfish reason, really, which is I wanted to meet people, but not just to meet people, but to learn their stories, to learn how I could become better as a person, and more importantly, how could I communicate better? And the biggest lesson that I could always take away from the entire experience is that I should talk less, I should listen more, which is pretty ironic when you come to Toastmasters. But that's actually my biggest takeaway, especially as the area director of Z3. The 4 clubs under me, Bishan, Chong, Grassroots, and RNS, each club under me has a distinct and very specific flavor and style, which I know nothing about. So I spent most of my time really just listening and learning what I can from each club. And boy, was it an adventure for me. I learned so much. I even learned that most of the time that I am not the right person to resolve their issues and that I'm simply there as like the avatar, really, just guiding them to proper resources, raising up to the right people, and finally, just ensuring that the clubs can manage by themselves. So that's me. And that's my experience, actually. So I would actually like to show more time to our different clubs. And finally, unfortunately, I don't have a song to wrap up my segment. I believe that George put a very high bar. I'm sorry, Z3, I do not have a song. But what I do have is just a few poetic words that I hope to end off my segment with. But before that, I too want to hear the words that each of my clubs have. Let's start with Grassroots. Eng Hao, can I check if you are ready on your end? Yes.
Yeah, Rustam, can you hear me and see me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we can. Okay, Eng Hao, please take it away and please share about your experience.
Thanks. Maybe I'll just share a few words. Thank you to my area director, Rustam, the avatar, as well. Yeah. So fellow Toastmasters and friends, as you can see, I'm actually in the cab on the way, in fact, to our Grassroots Toastmasters chapter meeting, which is going to start in a while. Later, when I reach the club, we'll be setting up and also trying to link up the Achievers Day as well. I think for me, I'm a second-time president for the club. I did my first presidency about 10 years back. But a little bit of reflection for myself will be, the second time you become the president, the feeling is different, the idea is different, the concept is different. And to me, it's about giving back to the club and giving back to the members. I think that's all we wanted to do in Toastmasters, actually. If we remember that we joined Toastmasters, and one of the things about this inverted pyramid that we as leaders, we serve our members. And to me, yes, it's definitely good to have all the titles about President Distinguished, Select, and so on and so forth. And Grassroots, at one time, we have 7 consecutive years of President Distinguished Club awards. Well, I think more importantly, for my term in the presidentship in this term, is really to see how we can get members to bond together, to stick together, and for a common goal, despite this pandemic and this challenges. Because you see, pandemic also give us the avenues of what I'm doing now. On the move, I can lock in, to connect with everyone here in the Achievers Day. So I think that's really something we want to think for ourselves. How can we continue to connect with our members online and offline? And now that with the rules a bit more relaxed, let's see how we can get back to the norm or the new normal to engage our members. So that's really what's what I want to share, right? Thank you very much. Back to you, Rustam.
Thank you so much, Eng Hao. Now, if one thing that Eng Hao really taught me so much, okay, is that it's really to never give up. Now, he as a club president, he has faced many ordeals. But every time I talk to Eng Hao, I honestly feel more inspired just hearing from him and hearing from what he wants to do for his club. And that's one of the things that I really enjoy about Toastmasters, just listening to people more than sharing, actually. I learn way more just keeping quiet. And the first word that I realized when I came to Grassroots was just how befitting the name is, where everyone just comes together and focusing on the foundation, how to build that community. And when I think of Grassroots, I think of a kampong, really, just one of those olden day, simpler times. And I feel Eng Hao kind of embodies that as well for his club. Now moving on to the next club, which I believe has a few poetic words already geared up. I would like to invite Celine from Bishan to share that. Celine, are you ready?
Hi, I don't know where you got this idea that I've got a poem. I don't. I just want to say thank you so much to Division Z, Area Director, Division Z Director as well, Lee Hsien, for all your wonderful support over this term. It really hasn't been easy. We're all in our little dark caves, looking at each other on TV screens. But going forward, our hope for the new term in this post-COVID face-to-face times is two new eyes, increased interaction in the way Exco is run for club members as well. And we've created a new role, which is social secretary. So in our club, we have a social secretary now. We're going to have two social secretaries. And the other eye would be injection of variety into our meetings, keeping it to just 3 speeches and 3 evaluations, and the rest of it would be word games, riddles, communication games, anything to increase interaction among meeting participants. So we are really looking forward to that. Thank you.
Short and sweet. Every sentence filled with purpose and also meaning. That's why I like and what I mean by poetic in this case. Now, Bishan definitely embodies a lot of things, and for me, the first word when I think about it was actually pride. Now, Bishan is a very strong club, and in fact, that was actually the first thing that our division director told me. Lee Hsien was like, "Bishan is up there. You don't actually need to do anything for them." And boy, was she right. Like I can't tell you just how much that I wanted to perhaps find out more and perhaps even do more. But then I realized that sometimes you just need to learn from them or what they're doing. And I'm very proud to say that Bishan has achieved all the things it has set out to do. So once again, thank you and congratulations to Celine and her team for everything you have achieved this term. Now, third up on the list, actually, I would like to invite our corporate club, which is RNS Toastmasters. Can I check if Anu is ready to go?
Hi, Rustam. Am I audible and visible?
You audible, yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Is your camera on? Oh.
Yeah?
Yes,
Hi.
okay, great. Yeah, so perhaps you can share with us your experience with RNS, like the past year.
Yeah, sure. So I'm a new Toastmaster per se, because compared to everybody else with 10 years plus experience, I'm just a two-year plus experience person. But it so happened that after within 6 months, I was made the VPE at that point last year, and last year I was made the president. Again, circumstances just put me in the spot, and I was given the opportunity. I'm someone who's very wary of getting into leadership role, and I'm like I always felt that I'm not a people's manager. I can manage a project. I like technical stuff, but never have people management skills. But my biggest lesson from Toastmasters has been that it is so beautifully structured and handed over to us, that the things are so easy to follow, that leadership skills just comes easy for us. So yeah, even for me, I was able to do this role, and we are almost at the end of the year, and I feel that we were able to deliver the contest beat, speechcraft beat, other workshop that we delivered to try to recruit more members. We've been able to do that with in fact all my exco members were all new members because the COVID hit us hard. The old members were not interested to be in the online meetings, and we had to literally build with all new members, and we're still trying to, like my previous years, my club has been getting the distinguished president's award, and we are still trying it, but I don't think it's doable this year because our member count has substantially reduced because of COVID and because of so many people going out. We have a problem that it's a corporate club, and we can only recruit members within the office. So that puts us in a restriction. but we are trying to overcome it, and we are trying to approach old members and bring them back on board. All said and done, I would really like to thank here Lizzie and Rustam and all the leadership this year who has helped us and succeed, helped us take every step ahead, because we were all real newbies, and you guided us thoroughly and helped us through. And also the community in general, that we have always had need for some evaluator or some language evaluator, or we have always had some need for support from our community, and we have always gotten it. And it's most of the time in our club, it's always last minute, because somebody just feels cold feet, and because it's all new members, some people don't want to do the speech or don't want to evaluate, so it's too last minute for us to plan ahead. But still the community has been so kind to us that we end up getting evaluated, and we have successful sessions, and we have almost made sure that all our online sessions have gone through very well. And this Achievers Day, I would like to congratulate everyone who has achieved, and I would like to wish all the other clubs who's new and who is trying their best to bring their best out. Hopefully the next year is going to be hybrid and physical back. So yeah, wish you all the best, wish us all the best, and hope that our relationship and this community stays this friendly and coordinating as always. Thank you. Back to you, Rustam. I think I took too much time. Sorry.
Oh, definitely, you took good time. And I'll just like to wrap up a part, like a very high energy discussion, which is that congratulations to everyone. Now, like for our club president at RNS, right? She really embodies this energy and relationship. Now, she definitely has a unique struggle, which I was completely fascinated with. It's just essentially rebuilding something with a completely new image, new people, and in fact, new spirit. It was something completely admirable to me. And somehow it is also very apt that the club is called RNS, because it kind of just embodies a new relationship that she has to build with every single one person, which I really admired, and I learned so much from her. Now, before I miss out on the last one, I would like to get him here and share what his experience is with all of us here. Now, from Chongpang, we have Guan Yi. Guan Yi, can I check if you are ready to go?
Yeah, sure. I'm ready to go.
Nice. Okay. So my question to you is, what was your experience like for you?
A very good afternoon to esteemed Toastmasters. I must say that this term really the time passes very fast. So let me first take this chance to thank our Area Z3 Director and Division Z3 Director, Lizzie. I mean, those two individuals, they always check on how our club is going and ask us on the issues that have been going to the club so far. I must say that this term, right, I'm very proud of my fellow Toastmaster members in my club. I mean, the fact that Yiqing and Michael performed quite well in the recent Area Z competition. So this club is also, there's a lot of like challenges that we encounter, but glad to say, right, we managed to overcome all these challenges. I think the first notable challenges, right, will be where is our next physical location in the Chongpang Toastmasters. The fact that Chongpang CC right now is actually going through renovation, and the renovation is going to be completed in 2027. So the fact that since before my EXCO term ends, we managed to find a physical location so that the next 5 years for the subsequent term, they don't need to worry about the location of the Chongpang Toastmasters meeting. Okay, and the second challenges I feel that is the resumption of our what really Chongpang Toastmasters stand for in terms of the flagship program, which is the Chongpang Next Door Speaker. And this resumption really helps us revitalize the belief that what we stand as the Toastmasters, to empower fellow Toastmasters and the people in the community to be better readers, leaders, and communicators. So our club managed to revive this program after a 2 years hiatus thanks to COVID. So initially, right, we are planning an online version of this competition and workshop. However, I mean, I think there's an announcement in April, I mean, by the MPS saying that, hey, because there's not many like Omicron cases in the community, we can loosen the restriction. So I'm very amazed by our dexterity of our EXCO in implementing the transition of these grand finals into a physical setting. So right now we are in the process of planning our own EXCO transition. Furthermore, I will take this occasion to express my heartfelt appreciation to other Division Z Toastmasters, Jonathan, which is our TMD for today, Ricky Tay, Celine, who is from Bishan Toastmasters, Nora, and Sadiq. On this note, back to Rustam. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Guan Yi. Now, I always believe that the C in Chong stands for community. And once again, today, I'm reminded of that fact. Now, I would like to wrap up with a few poems that I prepared for each of the clubs to thank them and more importantly, to celebrate them and the different aspects and flavors which they embody for me and what I've learned from them. Now, for Bishan, and you taught me about the pride of being a Toastmaster. Now, to give up is to be shunned. To climb mountains is to beat shun. To push to be the best, that's Bishan. And thank you once again and congratulations for achieving your achievements. Now for second, Chongpang, for the community that you embody and for the community that you bring to all of your members. A community that bridges generations, young ideas, spurred with experienced minds. Chongpang has it all. Laughing together, standing tall. Chongpang never change. And congratulations for Michael and Yuting for all of your achievements. Now the next one for Grassroots, which a lot of them are not here because they actually have their own club meeting ongoing right now. Befitting the name, remaining the same. Grassroots has always been there, actually. Laughing and always standing together. They say that when you want to build an ecosystem, start with the grass. And they say when you want to build a mighty tree, start with the roots. So looking at Grassroots, I see a mighty tree in its making. So Grassroots, I hope that from here, you will take it to greater heights and make that tree even taller than it was before. Now, last but not least, for RNS. RNS Toastmasters has many paths and many directions they can go to. Now, for Rhodes and Schwartz, every time I go back, I realize that there's something new for me. And it always surprises me with how much motivation and drive people can have. And it reminds me of this poem by Robert Frost. Because even though there are many roads, you should take the road less traveled by. And being a Toastmaster, to see every single one of them take their path, in my opinion, has made you all a more interesting person. So for Rhodes and Schwartz, thank you. And it's been a pleasure being your area director as well. Congratulations to all my clubs. Now back to you, Toastmaster of the day.